I'm DigiBro, and this is the Rant Hole, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons have asked me to rant about. Mr. Tangelo wants me to rant about country music, specifically country music not being properly respected on a broad scale because of its unfortunate misrepresentation in pop culture and a cultural identity that is formed on only the most lowest common denominator, bro country. If you aren't knowledgeable on this subject, maybe listen to some Jay Munley, Sturgill Simpson, Those Poor Bastards, and Woven Hand, maybe Reckless Kelly. You know, I've heard this from a lot of people. As somebody who is in music communities, who follows music criticism, obviously people who are like major critics usually have some respect for country. You will see Sturgill Simpson, for instance, get good reviews. Someone like Anthony Fantano will occasionally highlight a country record that he thinks is great and stuff like that. Personally, for me, it is extremely difficult to have any affection for even the best country music, because at the end of the day, kind of the defining characteristic of what is considered country has to do with the voice, has to do with having a country sounding voice. And when I was growing up, my mom hates country more than anything else. My mom reviles country, and she mocked it incessantly my whole childhood. That voice, the country voice, it has been beaten into my head that that is the worst thing. That is the corniest, cheesiest, most unlistenable sound in the whole world. And so for me, even when I listen to music that I can identify as relatively good music, when it has that voice, that inflection, that style, it's like almost like triggering. It's like I can't listen to it. It makes my skin crawl. It grosses me out. It's something that I could probably defeat. Like, I'm sure with enough exposure I can move past this. And I'm not saying I've never heard any country songs I like. Everybody likes Johnny Cash. I've heard some. I like the folksier side of country when it's a little closer to, I'm a big fan of Mark Lanigan, who's country influenced and has done a lot of country covers, but I wouldn't quite call, got this fucking thing, I wouldn't quite call him a country artist, I'm screaming over my water heater now. This is where the rant is going. God damn it. Anyways, country, by and large, can't deal with it. Oh my god, it keeps getting louder! This is worse than... Well, actually, I won't say this is worse than country music. I would probably sample this and listen to it, honestly. I would listen to this. I like drum. I like music that other people consider unlistenable, so it's not as though I am unwilling to experiment. It is merely a personal bias based on life baggage that I have towards this particular sound that I spent my whole childhood making fun of. But my ex-girlfriend was really into the show, Nashville, and she was way into country, and everything she played for me sounded like dog shit, except for the Nashville soundtrack, which was okay. So I know that some of it can be listenable. I just have never dedicated myself to the pursuit. I understand your pain. I understand where everybody's coming from who feels this way about country, because I feel this way about most things I like. Most things I like don't get the respect they deserve in the same way. So, shout out to you poor country fans who are always getting made fun of. I'm going to leave this room until this shit shuts up and this camera charges, because I didn't think this through when I chose this as where I was going to film these goddamn rants. That's it for this one.